should we pay ERG leaders?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll say this piece quickly because I know we're over time. I will have a full session on this in the future. I will say ERG leader recognition is really important to an ERG program. It does not always have to be compensation. Thing number one, people have different. I would say I highly recommend reading the book. It's called like the 5 love languages in the workplace. Highly recommend reading that because it shows that people might feel appreciated in different ways. When it comes to ERG leader compensation in particular, that one can get tricky because then it comes down to, okay, we have ERG leaders from different role levels. So what one bonus to one person, it probably doesn't mean the same thing to another person. There are so many questions that come up with ERG leader compensation. What is enough? I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but I've seen like some almost like offensive ERG compensation quote unquote packages there. That was just a performative measure for the company to say, oh, we pay our ERG leads. So I think that recognition is crucial. I think it's really important to ask your ERG leaders what their preferred method of recognition is. Once again, plugging that book, it's one of my favorites in this space. And I will also say when you are ready for ERG leader compensation, making sure that it's more than just a performative act that the companies can put on their website to say we pay our ERG leaders, but making sure that there's a lot of thought put behind it in terms of the implementation of it, in terms of how much, because most of the time ERG leaders don't even join to be paid. It's a bonus, but they join because they want to see impact for their community. So if the ERG program isn't set up right, there's no reason to think about compensating leaders when that work needs to be done first. And unfortunately, I think a lot of companies now, they're getting to this point where they're like, our ERG leaders are burnt out. And instead of thinking, let's do the hard work to actually set them up for success, they say, let's do a payout for our ERG leaders and hope that they're going to come back on board. And that is not sustainable. And I don't recommend doing that as an option, like a reconciliation option.